How are you? How are you? Today is your day. Is your day. It's your day. It's all 100% in English, and we will have an amazing afternoon. I'm very excited about this session because I want to share many thoughts, many reflections that I have during these years. As a coach, but also as an athlete, and how those thoughts change my way of doing wushu, making and programming the strength training, and even even optimizing my efforts during wushu sessions and strength training wushu. So, all great, all great. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody in the house. Who's there? Who's there? Please say hello in the chat, because if not, I cannot know who's there. I Panda. Hello, Panda. Hello. Cheers to everyone. Cheers to everyone. You know, every time is coffee time for me. Panda has arrived. Panda, congratulations for your new movie, Kung Fu Panda 4. we should we should look into the trailer. Good, good, good. So I have to change. I suppose I have to change this. Okay, not bad, not bad. Yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all. So this will be our beginning for today. Is everybody hearing me right? It was a secret, but now I can say that it was a very good thing. Thank you, Panda. Maybe next Wednesday we should look into the trailer. So get comfortable, and please, as I always said, don't uh, don't wait to ask about anything that I tell, or if there's anything that is not 100% clear. Please be my guest and ask everything you want. Everything you want. So for today we have a beginner strength guide to power up our wushu, to increase our performance during wushu, during competitions, but also during our trainings, because it's not only not all everything about competition. It's also about how I feel during training. Wushu big, welcome, 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 welcome. And I will make two parts. Okay, the first part, as the last Wednesday, I suppose, last Wednesday, it will be a short presentation about some topics and some things that everybody must know, or at least to have in mind when we talk about strength training for wushu. A little bit about physics. It's very, 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 very little, but 100% important to keep it in our minds, because if not, many times we do wushu like we have another life in the pocket. So save your life inside your pocket. Don't waste it training too much, too heavy, or making crazy jumps without preparation. Buenas noches, Juan de Zhao Shanghao, Zhao Shanghao. Are you in China? Are you still in China, Juan de? I hope to. You're back in Spain, so welcome. Bienvenido, Juan de, bienvenido. Bienvenido. So we're gonna start with that, as I said. Bienvenido, Juan de. Desde alerts. Okay, so I hope this will be the first. Mappy Wushu, welcome. How we can survive during Wushu with the Wushu training, Wushu competition, Wushu performance, not only in Taolu but also in Sanda. But this session will be oriented to Taolu, even though that the strength training will have common spaces between those two disciplines. We're gonna specialize today in the Taolu part because it's the more extreme in strength requirements. Okay, so if we have that in mind, good. Is competing in the nationals? Oh, really? I want to see that next week. By the way, for all our foreigners guest in this stream of Wushu performance of Minuto 20 Wushu performance. Next this weekend, the next weekend, we will have nationals of Wushu. So keep in tune in and look at the YouTube channel of the federation because everybody will compete as good as they can. So we're gonna come back with the presentation, with this small presentation. Our goal, or at least mine, is when I do wushu, is like defying gravity, controlling my body during the movements in all the motion, and for doing that I need extreme precision, and that precision comes with my strength, with my force. So if I have that in mind, and wushu gives me a continuous challenge because it push my physical limits to another dimension. Uh, I need to keep in mind the main thing is how can I survive this amazing and crazy sport. So we're gonna take a look. We're gonna take a look in some examples that you every day saw in on Instagram, and with the new Nando skills for the new regulations of China. It's a completely crazy thing. But look at the athletes. Their bodies has always control, and even being so much flexible, they keep their bodies aligned. They have control, and they can stop the body where they can't. Okay, so this is the first example. Yeah, new Nandu, it's like it's so crazy, but that is not always that easy, not always that so it's a little bit crazy for this. Some It reminds me like 2001 new Nandu proposals. I will change the audio. The 2001, 2005, and 6 Nandu proposals for China was completely crazy, with 500 inside the strips, and many balance skills after some crazy jumps. So this is a challenge for them because they are completely in a crazy new level. But keeping this in mind, I don't know how to fix this. I love this approach. This approach when we perform Nandu. And sorry, yeah, you can see a little bit better. When we see an athlete doing and performing inside jumps like this, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 or 5 attempts of 720s inside, it's like their control is so high. Of course, they has a tremendous quantity of power in those legs, but also they have the ability to maintain that strength levels during the performance. So we're gonna talk about more about the strength part, not only about the conditioning, but keep in mind these kind of things, and and also the mistakes when they jump and they get wrong. Even when we fail, I think this is an important part. Even when we fail, we should fail with control. And okay, of course we can we can have some injuries, some burst in our hands or in our body, in our knees. But it's for me, it's the main thing here is to have the control every time we make a jump. If not, if we jump without the conscious of to be of we have without being conscious about what are we doing, what we want to do, we shouldn't try to jump even. Of course, the Tai Chi people is well known about crazy power and their ability to use the elastic energy. The the prior jump, do you see, is like using their elastic power to power up the posterior, the after jump. Okay, so keep that idea also in mind. Not everyone is able to use the elastic energy the same as these people. Everyone has their range, their window of work um, about elastic energy. If we go too deep, maybe we cannot use that energy properly. So I think the last example is also a crazy example, but this athlete has too much control because he can spin 720, but he can also break the forces before landing. He prepares the body, and he don't encounter the ground at the last moment. He prepares the landing so well, and this is the flow, the motion that we should have when we have control. Okay, so we're gonna came back to this, and yeah, buenas tardes, Collado. So let's go. As I said before, is it possible to survive to wushu jumps? So we're gonna make some examples about how to survive and how is it possible to survive. I made some calculations about people between 60 to 70 kilos. That is most of wushu athletes, the girls and boys. Some of them are in between those weights. Some girls 55, but wushu girls are hard that weight because they have muscles, they have power inside. So muscles comes with also with weight, but that weight allows them to jump and to spin and to control their bodies. So keep in mind that all the calculations was with 60 to 70 kilos. It's only to have an example, to has a big picture about all of this. And the basic calculations of physics, but many of us forgot after school. But the main thing in physics is to have that energy that allows to put your body to one height, and then that the same energy you have to have it in your muscles to break. It's a concept about load, it's the jump height, and capacity is the muscle strength that we have to break those forces. Okay, so uh, we are like like a spring, like a spring. Let me check this, please, and make it a little bit smaller. If not, you cannot see this properly, so it will be a pity. Okay, power up your wushu. Okay, okay, okay. So yeah, yeah, just like that. Okay, yeah, better. That's much better, much better. So we are like a spring, like a wheel spring, to land all the forces and to dissipate those forces, to have our knees, our hips, our ankles to be safe in each landing. So we're gonna make the first calculations. Okay, we're gonna start like this. For wushu people, 30 centimeters is too little, but is at least the first step. 30 centimeters of jump height in a counter movement jump. If you have this, when you jump each one time, only one time, without spin or without anything, you jump 30 centimeters and you have to break 1.5 your body weight when you land. Okay, as we grow in the centimeters, as we increase the jump height, the force, it comes bigger and bigger. 1.75 for 35 centimeters, two times body weight for 40 centimeters. 40 centimeters, it's like a base camp to wushu, to high level wushu. Okay, for boys and girls. Okay, for boys and girls, at least to have 40 centimeters in mind. To achieve that height, you need to have power, you need to have tons of strength. So we're gonna talk more about how to achieve that height, about or with strength training. As we increase 45 centimeters, 50 centimeters, it becomes tougher and tougher. 2.25 times the body weight, 2.50 with 50 centimeters, and 50 to 60 is like the top level athletes in world championships are jumping between those, from 50 to 60 the male athletes, and for 40 to 50 the female athletes, most of all. Of course, there's people that jumps even higher, but there's people that jumps even less. So what's the main thing with this? Okay, this is only with a vertical jump, but how how could it be if we add some spins, some turns in the air? So we're gonna look into it. We have this. Okay, we have three more columns for 360, for 540, and for 720s. And you see, don't look it too much into this data, because we're gonna see it deeply. But keep in mind, if I jump 30 centimeters, if I go for 360, I add at least in my knees, in my ankle, in my hips, in my body, a 10% more of force that I have to break. Okay, so this is shaping our strength training design. Keeping this in mind will shape our strength training designs. For 540, 20% more of forces that we have to break, to stop, to have our body safe in each landing. And for 720s, of course, 30%. Okay, this is round calculations, of course, to be understandable for everybody, but it's important for us to keep this in mind, because the design of the strength training will came with this in mind. So, as I promised, we put some color over this. To understand this, okay, I if I jump 30 centimeters, 30 centimeters, it's too little, and I'm in the danger zone, in the beginning of the danger zone for 360s. Of course, many of us could jump 30 centimeters and turn 360. Yes, and even to do 540s with such a tiny jump. But we have more problems because we don't have the enough strength to break these forces. 1.8 times your body weight is like 70 kilos, of 140, 120 kilos for a person of 70 kilos, or 110 kilos for a person of 60 kilos. So it's a big issue here. And of course, if you are able to spin 720, that it's almost impossible with 30 centimeters, you can do it, but this 30% will be higher. Why? Because if you don't have enough time, enough flight time during jump, you have to spin so much quicker. So there's a big issue. So the forces, the centripetal forces will increase much more than 30%, much more than 30%. So to understand this, the red zones are the danger zones. I'm not telling you that you are not able with with 40 centimeters or with 30 centimeters to do a 720s, but I'm talking about how to do it safely and how to survive, not to one, not to two, to every session of wushu that you perform a 720s, a 540, or a 360. Okay, so if we look into it, our safe zone starts from 40 to 50. It's the sweet spot of jumping for wushu. It's not that much, but for beginners it's more than enough. So the first goal of us is to get our jump height till 40-45 centimeters will be more than okay for beginners in a period of 3 to 6 months uh, after we start training. Okay, keep that in mind, keep that in mind. So about the goal, the load management. What's the main problem here? Many times, as I said before, I can jump, I can spin 720s, but I only have 30 centimeters, 40 centimeters to be honest. Okay, 40 centimeters, 720. The training load of 720s with 40 centimeters, it's more than the capacity that I have in my muscles to break those forces and to land safely. Okay, that's the main idea. If we have it in our mind, it's easier to understand that every time we go above our capacity with loads that we are unable to handle, we have this spot filling with problems and problems and problems. Because if my muscles cannot break the forces, who will stop this? My tendons, of course, my tissues, my soft tissues, not contractile tissues. Okay, the capsule, the joints, all of these will suffer because they don't have the capacity of the muscles to contract. They only suffer the consequences. My meniscus, the here it comes, meniscus tears, and all of that, small injuries that impair our performance. So being cautious about this is very, very, very important. And what is our goal? To be stronger. It's the only thing. If you want to survive wushu training and 720s, 540s, 360s in a repeated manner, you have to be stronger. There's no way, no other way. So how can we be stronger? Okay. let's talk about that. Okay, and this will be the last slide, before seeing some exercises that one of our top athletes in Spain compile, and I will share with you because it's so good. The basic guide for us, at least to have one heavy exercise in our program, to start with one heavy exercise. I will explain about what is each thing. One power exercise and one reactive exercise of the limbs, the legs. Okay, leg training. Keeping that in mind, leg training, one heavy exercise, one power exercise, and one reactive exercise. Could it be the same exercise for all these three? Yes. Could it be? It could be possible because the specific of the exercise not comes only about the motion of the exercise, it comes about the load. So we're gonna look to the right about with which load can I jump with 25 to 50% of body weight? I can do jump training. Okay. I can start with 10% also, of course. Of course. With 75 to 125% of my body weight, I can perform power. Okay. Keep that in mind. And the strength part comes with loads bigger than 100%, 1.5 times your body weight till 2.5. Okay, this is the main goal, to increase our strength till these levels. Okay, and of course we have other exercises that complement our program and that make our program even better, because if we only train is very specific, we will be stronger, of course, but we'll have other issues like some injuries that come to of not being balanced. Okay, well balanced. So core specific exercise for wushu training are mandatory. Pulling derivatives, every time we have exercises in our program, we have to at least to have two variants of pulling horizontal pulling, vertical pullings, because our posterior chain will say to us thank you, because it will compensate our body when we are spinning in there, when we are turning. It will give us control about all the body. So have it in your mind every time. And of course one push exercises, not only bench press is a push exercises, that vertical push exercise with dumbbells. We will see some examples about that. So this is the difficult part for me because before I have some issues making this change. I have to show the videos. So let's make it possible, please. Let's make it possible. Okay. Okay. Let's change the scene. Screen share, change, and presentation, please. Oh, shit. Yeah, not bad. I think it will work. Yes. Thank you, Victor. Thank you, Victor, for sharing this with us. These are exercises about our training plan for the national team for the World Championships. And as I said before, one strength exercise, one heavy exercise, it could be deadlift, it could be a squat. If for beginners, if I have to decide one exercise, it would be deadlift, because it's easier for them to have good techniques. And for us in wushu, we use too much the back muscles to jump. It's like uh, mind blowing the first time that you hear that. But if you realize our back uses our hips, our hamstrings to raise our body and jump. So these muscles will give us too much too much power. So one of our derivatives will be the deadlift. Of course, if I'm an advanced athlete, if I'm more confident with squat or with the squat variants, okay, I can do it. I can do that. And the other part, complementary exercises. Okay, complementary exercises. Of course, we can add some of these exercises. Let me use puntero laser. Yes. Of course, we can perform these exercises, but if I have to decide to use um, your time properly, if you don't have too much time for strength training, you have at least to have the first thing, deadlift. The second thing, okay, will be dumbbells, of course, rows every time, horizontal rows, and vertical pull. Okay, horizontal pull, vertical pull. If I'm talking about vectors, okay, even the bar keeps a vertical path. Don't worry. It's about nomenclature. And of course, pushing exercise. If I have to decide one pushing exercise for beginners, I will use landmine push press. With two hands, it's possible, but also with one hand, it's also possible. Okay? Good, good. And next slide. Is possible? Yes. And some specific core exercises that we have always in our training. So don't worry if you perform your chip and gong with enough intensity. Don't worry. But if you want to have the next level of core training, you will add some of these exercises. For example, core rotation. I love this exercise. Everyone that trains with me knows that I love this exercise because it defies your balance. It's very movement related, specific to the spinning or to the beginning of the spin of the or the jumps in wushu. So it's impossible. It's a good inversion to with cable, with bands. Don't worry, but keep in mind the movement, core rotation. Okay, this is also a good exercise, but you can, if you have to decide, I will pick deadlift, I will pick rows and pull ups, and I will pick, of course, a two hand push press and some core rotation exercises. We come again back and we will talk about the loads. We'll talk about the loads. Of course, there's very big loads here, okay, for the examples, but this is a 25 to 50% of the body weight of Victor. It's a good a good reactive and power exercise. Okay, the trap bar is easier for the beginners. If you have it in your gym, please use it. It's very easy to don't have any technical issues. But if you are experienced, I will suggest you to add normal deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts with the legs bent to save your lower back. Okay, and to do it with the right load. This is a top athlete with levels of strength so high, reaching almost 2.5 to 3 times his body weight. So it's an example of top athlete, but it's to for you to know how this is performed. Okay, and of course, if you are so experienced, the jumps will be good also with the squat. But for beginners, we summarize: deadlift with 150% of their body weight to start. It's the strength exercise. Good. As the weeks goes by, the championships came. They use some power and reactive exercises. So the loads will be lighter, but the bar should move a little bit quicker. Okay, the speed of the bar should be quicker, and the ultimate aim of the exercises is to raise our body above the ground and to separate us from the ground with these kind of exercises. Good. More things. These exercises, the landmine push press, why I love so much this exercise. Look to the triple extension: ankle, knee, and hips working together as the any jump of wushu. You can use your power with the legs, with pushing so hard with the legs, and connect the power of the legs with the rest of the body. That's why I love this exercise. That's why I love this exercise. So it's easy to perform this exercise with two hands. So easy. With one hand, it's a little bit difficult at the beginning, but if you control the load, you can use your both hands to stop the load and use the that reactive movement. And of course, this is our basic training to be strong. Our backs should be strong, because if you want to perform heavy deadlifts, your back should be very, very, very forceful, powerful. You have to have strength. And of course, the core exercises. If you have to decide one core exercise, core rotations should be nice. Pal-off presses and those kind of exercise are also nice. A nice selection. And of course, there's another exercises when you are an experienced athlete. Why I am telling you picking only small or a small amount of exercises? Because the more things we do, the less opportunities we have to improve. So it's like bullets. We have, when we add exercises, we have adaptation opportunities. That adaptation comes in a time, and that adaptation will be lower each time we perform exercises. So that's why we periodize the training. We go up and down, we change exercises between weeks, and we do not do uh, all the exercises in one week. So we have to periodize, we have to select the right exercises, the right loads. And every time we change the load, it's like for our body, like we are changing the exercise, because each load makes us to use our strength in a different manner. Our stabilizers, our core muscles will work differently with high speeds or with high loads. So from this part, of course, when you are an experienced athlete, you need more things to stimulate, because the other things cannot stimulate you right now, because you use all those ballots. So use it properly. And how to decide this? You have to make like a progression, a step progression. One, at the beginning, the easy exercises, And when you are experienced, or when you feel that you are not improving that much, of course it comes this kind of exercise. It comes the snatches, it comes the split jerk, it comes the Bulgarian jumps. But keep it simple. Strength training is simple, very very simple. If you use your common sense and you look into your possibilities, make a small choice of 4 to 5 exercises, strength exercises. We'll come again for the slide, and we're going to start to do some questions. Uh-uh. Let's change this. Okay, okay. Navegando. Mm-mm-mm. Oh shit. Uh-huh. I have a problem. Ah, it's Wushu strength. Aquí está. Okay. Yep. We are here again. Very well, very well, very well. Good. Okay. Yeah. So this is the moment. Recap. Okay. Small recap. Heavy exercises, power exercises. It could be the same exercise. I can do deadlift, and rebound with the small loads, with only the trap bar, or only the 20 kilos bar, and make reactive strength, or make small pogo jumps, making rebounds. And it should be the same thing. Triple extension, it's the main movement pattern that we should stimulate to power up our wushu. Okay, the loads specific to this one. Heavy exercises with 102, 120 of body weight. Power exercises in the middle from 75. It could also be 50 to 150. It depends on your experience. It depends of your coach. Uh, I have to see many times the athlete performing to decide which is the right load. Okay, and of course the light weights, 25% to 50% of body weight, to perform the reactive exercise, the most specific, and to improve our vertical jump height. But if we are stronger, we will be very very powerful to achieve heights more than more oh more more high, sorry. And of course, one core specific exercise, use it properly. All wushu is core. Chip and Kong is core training, so don't worry. Pull, this is very important for all of you, because not many people use pulling exercises in their programs. So use pull exercises and the push exercises with the triple extension in mind. Okay, so we are here. We are here. It's the moment of questions. It's the moment of all your doubts. So I will wait for you and have some coffee. And say hello to Mappy Wushu also. Welcome. Iluen Xie, welcome. Eiger Grongwal, 1971 79, welcome. And the Trooper, Mulaye, and those all of you that are subscribing, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I ask you, how many of you are right now doing strength training at least twice a week? How many of you are doing strength training at least twice a week? Is there anybody? Welcome, welcome, Wolfram. Welcome, Wolfram. Wolfram, it's also a beginner athlete. Eh? 8 days a week. I know that Wolfram trains 8 days a week at least. At least in mind, 3 times a day, at least. But if you want to be a professional, we know that we aren't professional because we don't get paid about our countries do not pay us for being wushu athletes, but we work out as professionals. If you want to to have long life training wushu and long life competing in wushu, you should perform at least twice a week your strength training. Why? Because it gives you power, it gives you health. Not only about the jump height, it gives you health to your joints, to your muscles. It puts you in a window out of the injury part. Train as a professional, don't earn money as one. Spend money as a professional in your sport. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. The for the rest of the people. Okay, cluster training. Uh, we we were talking about the basic principles of for beginners is to select exercises. Okay, to select the right loads and to perform it in a step by step manner. Okay, uh, between the weeks you increase loads. Every 2 to 3 weeks you get a little bit higher, and after the third week you should deload a little bit to give an opportunity to your body to heal and to adapt and to perform above your initial level. That's it's called supercompensation effect. Okay, but if we talk about specific methods like cluster training, it's a way of managing the loads during training. For example, today, as a beginner, even being a beginner, it's a good method. For example, for my workout today, I have deadlift with 150% of my body weight, and I'm a little bit weak in my hands. Okay, so every time that I perform a deadlift, I have the problem that my hands are not prepared to grab the bar, and I have problems grabbing the bar. So I have to make and stop each every 2 repetitions. And when we make stops between our rep scheme, that's called cluster. If we stop and at least wait 30 seconds, we could perform each repetition with the maximum power that we have in each moment and avoiding too much fatigue. Okay, so cluster training is a way of managing the scheme repetitions to achieve more power in each repetition. Because if not, I perform like, okay, 4 to 6 repetitions. I will do 6 repetitions with my 100% of my body weight. And I perform the first repetition, the second repetition, the third repetition is slower, the fourth repetition is so slow. So it could be a good idea to stop at that moment and to have a small break and to perform those 3 more repetitions or those 2 more repetitions in a after 30 seconds of waiting and those repetitions will have more quality, and the stimulus for your mind and your nervous systems will be very, very, very higher and much more better than if you train too fatigued. Okay. Say goodbye, panda. Goodbye, panda. Goodbye. Goodbye. So I don't know if I solved your question, Wolfgang Amadeus. Okay, thank you, Mozart. The other day I have some questions about in the Instagram profile. Sorry, I have to check on that. I have to check on that. And even though I answered those questions yesterday, one of the questions was okay, okay, okay. I love it. I love it. I go before with the question of Wushu Big. Okay. Okay, strength training for 12 to 17 years is the the most beautiful age to have strength training, because you have all your weapons established, all your growing is not that high as you has 7 to 12 year. If you want to start training, you can start even with 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 6 years. You have to be conscious about the load management, but it's not ever not always too early to start with strength training, not um, professional training twice a week, 3 times a week. No, no, no. Don't get mad about that. Don't get crazy about that. So if we get people from 12 years to 70 to 17, we can start as I said before, as the beginners. The loads will be the same. The loads will be the same. Always take the reference of the body weight, because they will get even easy in an easier way, even better than us. Us with 20 to 30 years, we have many problems to increase our strength. And when we are younger, from 12 to 17, you will get athletes that are able to perform 2 times their body weights, like so easy, so easy. Because it's like the growing is like doping for our bodies. They has all the resources invested in growing, so it's easy for them. There's only one thing you have to keep in mind. Only one thing you have to keep in mind: the recovery time for them will not be too different for us, but they will increase so easily. So don't get too happy, or too don't rush. Sorry, don't rush between weeks to increase weights, because even maintaining the loads will have an effect on them. Okay, so keep in mind, again, I use that expression because it's important for us to maintain in our minds as athletes and as coaches, that we have opportunities to adapt. So every time we get a new exercises, new loads, the opportunity of adaptation, it will get slightly less and less, and more small opportunities to get better. So when we don't have effect, we change. Normally we change weeks before, of course. We don't exhaust all the opportunities of adaptation of each load, of each exercise, because if not, we overtrain those movements. Okay. But the thing is, to have a clear thought about what is strength training for Wushu, okay? And we know that triple extension exercises, core exercises, pulling derivatives, vertical, horizontal pulls, and one push exercises in our program, that will be enough for mostly 80% of athletes to start at any age. At any age. Of course, I have 12 years. Um, I'm get easily bored. You can change exercises. Okay, I can change exercises, but the thing is to keep at least the movement pattern. Triple extension exercises. Okay, you design one strength training, and the second day of the week it's a little bit different, but the movement patterns are almost the same. So it would be a nice approach for them. And if not, you are like a classic training. That training is about repetition. So they must learn about, they have to repeat, repeat better, repeat with more load, repeat with more quality, record, auto record, self record them, and know how their body manage the load at each level of weight or loading. I don't know if I answer all your doubts, Vic, but we can discuss. We can discuss. Yeah. There's how many sets and repetitions should I do of each one? Okay, welcome, Mulaye. Oh nine. How many sets and repetitions? Okay, it's a nice question. It's a nice question. We have our basic scheme for beginners, and how much is enough to improve? From 1 to 3 sets, it's more than enough at the beginning. The more I do, the less opportunities I have to adapt when the weeks pass. When I go for the 3 weeks and I started with 5 sets, you have to change many things, because if not, you will have to perform like 10 sets to adapt to have adaptations. I'm making this example a little bit bigger, but I want you to understand me. So I will start with 1, 2. It's more than enough. 1, 2 sets of real strength training. Okay, not not when you go for strength training, you have to approach the loads, of course. So the approach of the loads is also training. The approach of the loads. I mean, I take the bar with some plates, I take the bar with more plates, and now I'm in the load that I have to perform. So I perform like 2 or 3 sets of approaching, of adjusting the weight, of adjusting my body to pull or to push the weights. So counting with the approach, 1 or 2 sets for beginners, it's more than enough. If you perform with intensity, the rest will came. Strength training is it's so economic in effort, because even doing like 4 to 6 repetitions, it gives you so much. And if you do too much repetitions, you don't get that good, because strength training and fatigue should be apart. If if I'm looking for strength, fatigue comes out. Keep the strength, keep the body fresh, keep your mind fresh without fatigue. And the reps for beginners, for wushu people in trying to improve strength and power, don't go more than 8 to 10 reps. It's sometimes it's more than enough. And for the power part, 6 to 8. and for the strength part, 3 to 6. Okay, 3 to 6, 6 to 8 for the power part, and only for knowing the technique with load, 8 to 10. It's like 3 windows. Okay, is it okay? So recap, making a recap: 2 to 3 sets. Sorry, 2 sets for beginners. Okay, 1 2 sets for beginners. Good. If I'm training the strength part, from 3 to 6. Good. If I'm training the power part, from 6 to 8. It could be 5. Of course, it could be 5. But to have some boundaries. Okay. And if I'm training, doing the light part, okay, 8 to 10. It could be 6. Of course, it could be 6. It depends on the athlete. I have to see the athlete performing to know the best way to stimulate that athlete. So good question, Mulaye. And more questions. Wushu be counting. And you can do strength training and wushu training same day. When is better to train strength before wushu training, and when is better to do after wushu training? Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mulaye, and thank you, Wushu Big. The question is so good. It's so good. When we can use the strength training for improving our wushu performance or not. It depends on the goal of the wushu training, of the technical training. I will always tell wushu training as the technical part. Okay, of course we get tired. Of course we get tired. But if I have to decide, many times I will use the strength training before the wushu, the technical part, because it power us. If we get us enhanced, it will enhance our performance. And if we have to do our specific wushu training, we will be much comfortable. And like I don't know how to say that exactly in English, but when you have electricity in your body, like in Spanish, it's chisposo, but I don't know how to say that expression in English. But it's like empowering yourself with the strength training. If you have, for example, if you have 4 sets that day and tough wushu training, maybe I will take 2 sets apart and I will perform only 2 sets and then go to wushu training. And other day I will perform those other 2 sets. Don't worry. You have to have the goal in mind, which is the main thing for today. The strength training, I will perform the 4 sets. The wushu part, I will perform only 2 and then do the rest. For example, at the beginning of the season, light wushu training, or only uh, sets sets of one line, or only exercises and stops. And that, if this training is the technical part, I will do the technical part. And after that, being light training, after that I will go to the weight room, to the weight training, and will perform my 4 sets. I don't know if I'm explaining it good, but it's the way of thinking, that which is the important for today, the strength part or the wushu part. You have to prioritize one or another. To do the two of them at the maximum intensity, it's impossible. And it's better to split and make the weight training at the morning, for example, or the midday, and at night doing the specific wushu. let's let's close this question if it's all correct, or make a debate, and then I go for the next one of Sophie. Good, good, good. Okay, that's an interesting question. It's more about readaptation. Thanks to you, Vic. You always asking many good things. So keep doing that, please. Sophie Wusu, what is the best strength training to help or stop slash recover hypermobility strains? Can you specify that hypermobility strains, for example? I suppose I suppose is about knees or about elbows, but let's make it clear. Let's make it clear. When you jump, but you doesn't. Yeah, but hyper. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But the hyperextension is about your joints, your knee or your ankle, or are you talking about your muscles? Hamstring ten. Okay, okay, okay. Muscles, muscles, muscles. Okay. When you jump, but your body doesn't stop. Yeah. That's as we our sport is about technique. So many times we have much better technique than our capacity to stop that those forces that we create with the good technique. We make like a tenkon fei jiao. We raise our leg and we get so high, and then when we have to land, I have to change this kind of camera to do examples. But yeah, when we land, we have a high jump. We land with one leg, and then we have the problem like, okay, I cannot stop my body, because the problem is that the forces are too high and my capacity is too low to stop those forces. Am I i'm explaining right, Sophie, or I'm going out of your point? Because many times about hamstrings, it's our extension muscles with the back and also with the glutes, and they suffer because they have to stop our I, if this is my hand, my leg, my thigh, and this is my fibula, my tibia, my fibula, okay, the hamstrings that comes here stop my fibula to go there, to go to the front. So the hamstrings are very um, tight, and many times they have the problem that the load, again, the load is too much for the capacity they have. Or if I'm training too hard and I perform too much mabu gombu, mabu gombu, pubu shubu, the wupu chuang or other position training, and then I have to jump. It makes me it makes my body stiffer, and if I have to jump, I'm not able to stop because I'm fatigued. That's one of the main problems of performing traditional wushu training. So for modern wushu training, you have to put out many times the positions, the training, the specific training of positions, like as a small part of the training, and not too much volume. If I have to jump after, or at least doing after jumping, after performing your lines, because it's one of the most demanding tasks of training. And many times it's not only about your capacity, it's about your fatigue, and you have to handle if the position workout it's before the jumps, you have problems. So keep jumps before, and then positions or and other things. It depends on the volume, of course, of the volume that you perform of each part, but landings and positions should be take a little bit rest between those. And I insist many times it's more about the the scheme of the training, the schedule, which is before, which is after, more than the capacity of your masses. And if the manage or the management of the training is good, and you have those issues, of course you should perform some prevention exercises to have your hamstrings good, in good health, before doing many other things. Because if not, you are putting each time in too much risk. I insist many times we have much better technique than our capacity to break the forces that we are creating with that good technique in Tenkon Fei Jiao, in Shuan Fei Jiao. Uh, I tell you before, but we're gonna see that. I tell like, okay, you jump 35 centimeters, and one of your legs will have to stop 1.75 times your body weight. So your muscles have to work with those peaks of tension. It's not 2 seconds of 1.75, but it's a peak of time, and that peak of time, it's the moment that the muscle said, this is too much, this is too much, this is too much, and the strain. It creates small strains at the beginning, like needles in your muscle, like, I have a sensation here. And okay, and you go again, and the other day you go and you don't feel nothing, but it comes, boom, your strain. Oh, and we are many times we are creating our injuries. So like last week, one of the main thing it's to hear ourselves, to pay attention to our sensations, to our body, and to know how to ponderate what is more important than the other. Sometimes we learn that after the injuries, but if you have athletes, experienced athletes, or trainers around you, communicate that sensations, and they will help you to understand which is the what's happening, the first thing what's happening, and after that to help you to make a good decision about what to change or what to do about your training, your body, or sometimes it's only about stopping a little bit and making the right exercises. And when I'm saying stopping, it's stopping to perform that part of wushu training, not stopping at all, because we have many works to do, many things to do. Sometimes it's about, okay, I cannot perform my jumps, okay, but I have my hands, I have my work of weapons, I have many things to do, I have core training, I have my strength training also. But to be completely stopped, it's a complete lose of time and lose of opportunities, and our healing will be lesser and slower than if we are active. Okay. Vaya chapa que te acabo de dar. Sorry about the the length of the answer, but these answers are these questions are so interesting for all of us. For all of us. Thank you to you, Sophie. Thank you to you. So again, if we are able to put our performance in the sweet spot of 40, 45, if a female or male, to 50, 55 centimeters, okay, welcome to Wushu professional training, welcome to Wushu performance, because you will be healthier than most of Wushu athletes. Most of Wushu athletes, more than 90% of Wushu athletes. I always tell this, so hard fucking 50 centimeters. It depends, Vic. It depends on the way you perform the jump. I know your specific case, but you have the power to do that, but you cannot manifest that on the specific test. Don't worry. I see you jumping. I know you can get higher. It's I know many athletes and many people know that I'm like gifted about jumping, and it's not only about that, it's about years of working with loads, and of course I have the ability to use good in a good way my body. And as I get realized that I have possibilities with jumping, I invest my goals in jump even higher until one level, because jumping 60 centimeters is good, but sometimes it puts you in problems, because you jump but you have to land it, and you spin quick but you have to stop it. So even though that I haven't any injuries related to jumps in Wushu, because I have very good strength levels for performing good Wushu jumps and good Wushu landings, I have to jump like my 80 to 85% of my possibilities, so I can control my body. So if you train properly, you will be able to do also that at your level of jumping, of course, of course. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Best table ever. Do you like it really? It's a I don't know if everybody understand it, but there's these calculations was made with it's mean calculation. It's not absolute. Each one of you will have different values, but it's a reference for our minds to keep that, like, okay, what I'm facing when I jump like this, when I spin. So keep that in mind. Yeah, it's so interesting about the turning. Sorry, the percentage of increase as you turn 360, 540, or 720s. It's so interesting. It's not an easy calculation if you want to do it precisely, but keep in your minds that if you are jumping so low and you want to spin 720s, it wouldn't be 30%. It will be 45, 50% more forces to break. So here we go. ankle sprain, here we go. LCA sprain, here we go. uh, Tough and dangerous injuries. So that's one why I'm insisting about the sweet spot that we put our performance. Yeah, I love that image. At the beginning I hate it, but right now I'm loving it. So one more sip of coffee, and if there's anybody that have more questions, I'm here to answer all of that. If not, just chayo and see you soon. I will answer those questions that some international friends ask me if they can see you later offline. Of course, we will have it. I I will in Twitch they will have it, but I will make a resume, a trailer of the main parts for YouTube in these days, not today, but for today they will have it on Twitch. Of course, they can add access to the channel and see the BOD, the BOD. Yes, of course, we will make some points, and uh, this is a question that some of the Spanish athletes ask about how to get a specific effect of the strength training for the wushu performance. And I I was telling you all the time about this. This is the main thing. The selection of the exercises, of course, the selection of the loads that we perform, it will get us the specific effect. But of course, if I want to do Zhuang Fei Jiao 720, I have to train Zhuang Fei Jiao 720. But if I want to perform good Zhuang Fei Jiao 720, I have to before have good strength levels, and after go to training and make the progressions and combine those. It's not only one thing or other. It's one thing first and then the other, and combining in time. Okay, so the last of the questions, it was nice because it was about tai chi training, but it's applicable to many of balances, specific wushu balance. There was oh, sorry, let me check. Let me check. Okay, how to apply strength training to do slow and high tai chi kicks or balances, for example. Yeah, and the thing here, it's I will not raise my leg. I will not give you that opportunity to make a clip. But the toughest thing, firstly, is to raise the leg. Girls, to have the range of movement, to have the flexibility. Once you have the flexibility, once you have the flexibility, you can start to work on that. To work on that. And how can I work the strength part of the position, the position of the balance of the Tai Chi kick? Firstly, achieve the position. Second, put small loads on the ankle or on the over the leg, or even if you have the opportunity to have a partner, raising your leg down, raising your leg down, and you try to maintain it, and you raise and you go like this down, and you raise it again, and he helps you or she helps you to raise it higher, and then maintain 30 seconds, and you rest, and then go again, and we add a little bit more weight, and you try to maintain it. It's an easy way to have and to improve your balances. Okay. And sometimes, for example, if I'm doing a balance with a high kick, sometimes if I work with a partner, of course, if he or she pulls me down, I have a problem, because my other leg will be unstable and dancing on over the ground, dancing the muiñeira, the traditional Galician dance. So you have a problem. So maybe you have only go to your wall, raise your leg, and then your partner will pull it down. Will pull it down. Okay. So if I have to design a strength training for that balances, not only a front balance, so you can do shitsi pin hang and those kind of balance, raising your leg, your back leg, and putting your body parallel to the ground. You can work with weights on your ankles. How much weight? 100 to maximum half a kilo, because the levers will do the rest. If you have long legs, the levers will be higher than if you have, like me, short legs. Okay. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. And once you have a partner, it will be even easier. You have to reach an effort between 7 to 9, 6, 7 to 9. You maintain it 30 seconds, you rest 1 minute, you go again, or you go for the other leg, for example, and you work on those two legs. It would be nice to design a training like that. And when will I perform that training? Because it's tough, it's isometric, and it gives you a lot of fatigue. I will perform it at the end of the training. At the end of the training, or on separate days that I work on flexibility. Okay, I can work on flexibility and on resisted balances. Okay, so I like that question, and it's nice because not too much people work like that, and I think it's easier. It's an easy way to improve than only doing shit sipping hand, don't only doing raising your tantue or your dentue. So nothing more to add, nothing more to say. Today was some a little bit tough session. Sorry for, of course, for my English skills for everybody, but I want to communicate to everybody. So we will work on that. We will improve for sure, and as long as you like it, we will do it at least once a week for the European or the international communities speaking English. We will combine Spanish stream with English stream, not only one day, but maybe twice a week, one in Spanish, one in English. So for my part, it's all okay. I will wait for your questions, for your comments, and of course, I will thank you a lot for your questions, for all the things, many interventions, many things on the chat. So thank you a lot, and of course, I will clap you as every day. course, I will give you a big and round applause to everybody. To everybody. Bien, 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 bien. So nothing more to add for anyone? Nothing more to add? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. A big and round applause for you. The goats are you, my dears. And every time you have a question, even not being live, please text me on Instagram or um, in the Discord, or some memes that I know you will have memes after the session of today, of course. So thank you to everyone, thank you to everybody. See you. I hope not. I am not sure about Tuesday or Wednesday for the Spanish people, and it depends on the international European or the rest of the people talking English. It depends, or Thursday, or maybe next week. It depends. It depends because this Thursday I will be traveling to Madrid, so I have to arrange that to organize the national championship. See you there, everyone, and see you on Tuesday for the Spanish people. Some news for the week and some things to comment also. So, xia qi jian, see you next time, and ciao for everyone. Have a nice rest week, and only a couple of days of intensity, and the rest is also good, because if you rest you will get better and you will have an amazing Spanish national championship. See you, sai jian everybody. Professional, Juan de professional, saying sai jian.